Staying with the COVID-19 pandemic, but now to the aviation sector. The harsh reality of COVID-19 has forced many companies in Nigeria into retrenchment, with many businesses closing due to inability to meet up with staff salaries. Air Peace has laid off 70 of its pilots across its fleet and reduced staff salaries by 40%. While an agreement was reached and accepted by the pilots, they have accused the company of trying to sack staff through illegal processes. The pilots had protested a major pay cut after negotiation fell through with the management. But Air Peace CEO Allen Oyema says a series of emails were sent to the pilots on this decision. He explained that the company has had lesser flight operations as a result of the pandemic and says he respects the pilots to understand the situation. Aviation analyst Olumide Ohayo joins me now to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the aviation sector. Good to have you join us, Olumide Ohayo. Now, we say often that the aviation sector is hardest hit along with the tourism sector, but really help us understand how bad it is right now for that sector.
Yeah, well, we can see that for the first time, this is the worst pandemic ever. Right from the 9/11, we thought 9/11 was the worst. Then the economic crisis, but all that now has changed now with the COVID-19, and this is the worst one we've had. And what has happened now is that for the first time, there was no aircraft flying. All aircraft are grounded. Now that I've asked airlines to come back on board with their flights, what we have noticed now is that some airlines have to park their aircraft, and in parking their aircraft, staff would have to be asked.
But we know that domestic flights have also resumed in the country. Didn't that help make some sort of recovery for these airlines?
Well, not really. If you look at the domestic market, what happened was immediately after the lockdown was lifted, we had people who were stranded, and they were the first people who were stranded, some who had commitments. They were the first people to move. Then at that point, we thought we had passengers, but after the first 3-4 days, the number fell, and the airlines even had to reduce ticket prices just to get passengers aboard the aircraft. And even with that, the passengers are just picking up.
Probably people are scared to travel.
That figure is not enough to keep the airlines afloat, because you know that this airline that was operating 4, 6, 7 flights a day. Now they are placing once or twice, and even the 1 or twice a day flight still have about 50% capacity. So it's not yet to rule.
All right. So we know that people are scared to travel. So basically, that might affect remuneration or some sort of recovery for these airlines. But let's look at the stimulus packages being given by the federal government to several sectors. What can be done, or what special stimulus package can be given to the aviation sector?
Sincerely, the government allocated 27 billion naira for the aviation sector. That is too little, too little. And we're looking at them implementing 2021. Come on, I think. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Why can't they have the palliatives now? In every other part of the country, even in the African region, Burundi, Uganda, the palliatives are already out. And we are talking about 27 billion. We're saying it's too little, and we're waiting for 2021. Is it when the aviation agencies and the airlines are completely down on their knees? I think the palliatives come out now, and they find a way of funding it. 27 billion that is allocated for the industry is just too little. And in the 27 billion, you could see that about 3-4 times they're talking about national carrier. That will also be part of the 27 billion naira. No, we need to do something, and that must be done. Now you just read analysis now of what's happening in the airlines, Air Peace, ARIC. It's inevitable. But the only way you can push it is that this.
All right, aviation analyst Olumide Ohayo, many thanks for talking to TVC News.